First at 4, breaking news on wearing face masks. The CDC just tweaked its guidelines.
This is an exciting and powerful moment.
We'll tell you who benefits and who does not, and why it's too soon for anyone to throw your face masks away. Good afternoon, Ben.
Karen, not only are 70s in the forecast, but you may need more than one hand to count them all. We'll look at it next. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, breaking news as we reach 2 big milestones in our fight against the coronavirus. We've got big news on face masks. Plus, we're seeing the first vaccinations in Michigan for children ages 12 to 15 years old. It's a 1-2 punch that's putting many of us on the road back to more normal lives. Kimberly Gill live in the newsroom to talk about the face mask changes. And Kim, this news is not for everyone.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Yes, the CDC is only changing the mask guidelines for people who are fully vaccinated. The director says the science supports the move. It also provides extra incentive for even more people to get their shots. Here's the big change. Anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in indoor or outdoor activities, large or small, without wearing a face mask or social distancing. But if you are immune compromised, you'll want to check with your doctor before giving up your mask. And everyone should still wear masks in crowded indoor settings, such as buses, planes, hospitals, and homeless shelters. Also, if you start to experience COVID symptoms, put the mask back on and get tested as quickly as possible. The CDC says people who are not vaccinated still remain at risk of illness, death, and spreading COVID. This is a big deal for those who are vaccinated.
We have all longed for this moment when we can get back to some sense of normalcy. Based on the continuing downward trajectory of cases, the scientific data on the performance of our vaccines, and our understanding of how the virus spreads, that moment has come for those who are fully vaccinated.
There's still a lot of common sense required with this change. If you're in a public place and don't know who's vaccinated, you can still choose to wear a mask, of course. Plus, don't throw away those face masks. The CDC warns if COVID conditions change, we might have to mask up again. We'll have more on this guidance when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. For now, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right, sounds good. Meantime, the president speaking right now from the White House. He just started that speech in reference to the new face mask guidance. Let's listen in.
Postponed. And most tragically at all, the lost lives. As the press here knows, I carry a card in my pocket with the number of lives lost to COVID as of the close of business yesterday. 580,073 lost lives. So many empty chairs. So many times a husband or a wife lean over to touch their spouse and not there. Moms and dads, sons and daughters, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, your neighbors, your coworkers. Having been there in other circumstances, I know it's of little solace right now, but I promise you, the day will come when the memory of the loved one you lost will bring a smile to your lips before it brings a tear to your eye. That's when you know you're going to get through it. You will get through it, but it's a long haul. You've endured all this. When your country asked you to get vaccinated, you did. The American people stepped up. You did what I consider to be your patriotic duty. That's how we've gotten to this day. As president, I can say I'm pleased, but I'm sure the vice president agrees with me. We're not surprised. Pleased but not surprised. Because the simple truth is this: the American people have never, ever, ever, ever let their country down. Never. This country is proving what we've known, what we all known for so long. There's nothing we are unable to do when we put our minds, our hearts, and our souls into it, and we do it together. Now, I want to be clear about what the CDC is saying and what the CDC is not saying. The CDC is saying they have concluded that fully vaccinated people are at a very, very low risk of getting COVID-19. Therefore, if you've been fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask. Let me repeat, if you are fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask. But if you've not been vaccinated, or if you're getting a 2-shot vaccine and you've not gotten you only had your first shot, but not your second, or you haven't waited the full 2 weeks after your second shot, you still need to wear a mask. Look, we've gotten this far. Please protect yourself until you get to the finish line. Because as great as this announcement is today, we don't want to let up. We all know how tough this virus has been. The safest thing for the country is for everyone to get vaccinated. And getting vaccinated is easier than ever. We've worked so hard. We have 80,000 locations. 90% of you live within 5 miles of one of those locations. You can find a vaccine site near you by texting your zip code to the following number, 438829. Let me repeat. Text your zip code to 438829, and it'll get the places nearest you. You can go and get vaccinated now. And many places don't require an appointment. It's free. Just walk in, get the shot. Anyone 12 years or above in age is eligible. And for now, after a year of hard work and so much sacrifice, the rule is very simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do. It's vax-ed or masked. Get vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, you can be around the vaccinated or unvaccinated people. But if you're not vaccinated or not fully vaccinated, you should wear a mask for your own protection and the protection of other unvaccinated people. The choice is yours. You all made this possible. Now let's finish the work of beating this virus and getting everything back to normal. Remember, as fast as we've gone, most people under the age of 65 aren't vaccinated yet. We've opened vaccinations nationally to all adults just 4 weeks ago. It's going to take a little more time for everyone who wants to get vaccinated to get their shots. So all of us, let's be patient. Be patient with one another. You know, some may say, just feel more comfortable. Continue to wear a mask. They may feel that way. So if you're someone with a mask, you see them, please treat them with kindness and respect. We've had too much conflict, too much bitterness, too much anger, too much politicization of this issue about wearing masks. Let's put it to rest. Let's remember, we're all Americans. Let's remember that we are all in this together. If you're fully vaccinated and can take your mask off, you've earned the right to do something that Americans are known for all around the world. Greeting others with a smile. With a smile. So, it's a good day for the country. We aren't done yet. We're still losing too many Americans because we still have too many unvaccinated people. We have to get to 70% of adults started on vaccinations by July the 4th. And we have to take this pandemic, tackle it, not just here, but overseas as well, to truly be safe in the long run. There's still more work ahead. But I've said many times, as tough as this pandemic has been, we will get through it. We will rebuild our economy, reclaim our lives, and get back to normal. We'll laugh again. We'll know joy again. And we'll smile again. You know, and now, see one other smile. Look at the smiles on other people's faces. Better days are ahead. I promise you. And the best days for America are still to come. I promise you that as well. Thank you. God bless you. And remember, it's never, ever, ever, ever been a good bet to bet against the American people. Thank you.
All right, President Biden talking about the CDC coming out today saying fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear a mask. Meantime, Michigan's mask mandate is still in effect. We're following this story very closely, gathering research, and obviously some other ideas in terms of what people are reacting on this topic today, and that will be at 5 and 6. Now, the other big development, Michigan doctors urging parents to get their 12 to 15-year-olds vaccinated with Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. Now, in our state, about 498,000 12 to 15-year-olds are now eligible today to receive that vaccine. Dr. Mona Hanna Atisha had her 2 daughters vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine. Now, you may remember her research exposed the Flint water crisis. She says the vaccine will protect kids and help limit the spread of the virus.
It is effective, it prevents disease, and it saves lives. It is the most important step that we can take to get back to normal. And I would also say, and I say this often when families are hesitant about vaccines, I would also say that I trust this vaccine so much that my own children have gotten this vaccine.
Drugstores and hospitals are gearing up to vaccinate younger people. For example, Beaumont Health is opening its vaccine clinics to children 12 to 15 years old. You can always track much more vaccine information on our website, clickondetroit.com. Meantime, the state is reporting more than 2,000 new cases of the virus today, down slightly from yesterday. We've also seen 112 additional deaths in the past 24 hours, including 73 from a records review. We've also learned the 2021 Ann Arbor Art Fair will be canceled this summer. Organizers say they've run out of time to properly plan the event, given current COVID restrictions and not knowing how quickly they could change. Still ahead, Ellen just announced she's ending her talk show. Now the Hollywood guessing game. Who might replace her? We'll talk about possible candidates. Ben?
Karen, so close to normal today with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, but we get even warmer tomorrow, and you may be surprised just how many 70s are showing up in our 7-day forecast. That's next.